Welcome to the Massage Life Podcast. I'm Jordan Pearson. I'm a chartered professional accountant, and I'm here with the one and only Melissa Pearson, a registered massage therapist extraordinaire.
Oh, goodness.
And today we're talking about marketing, right?
Yeah.
So you've been working on this. So you've been working on a mini course. Is it going to be a mini course? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? So you've been working on a course.
Just the very, very beginning brainstorming phase.
Right. But what is it? Like top 67 marketing tips for massage therapists?
Where'd you pull that number?
I don't know. Well, it was going to be some odd number, wasn't it?
It'll just be as many as I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So we're not going to go through all of them today because nobody wants to listen to a 4-hour episode.
Yeah. I get asked a lot, like, how do you get busy? Because I am pretty busy right now. So people ask, why? Like, what did you do to get so busy?
Right.
And so I thought we could throw around some ideas and help people get thinking about marketing. Yeah. And we did just recently do an episode about how to get more clients without more marketing with Joanna. So there were some really good ideas there. And that was a little bit more about your sales flow, or she had a better term for it, but more like, what do you do once someone, goes to your website? Then what? Or what happens when someone calls you? Then what? Like, what's your sales process like?
Yeah.
So now we're taking a step back and looking at just the marketing side. How do you get new clients and how do you retain current clients?
Right.
So
okay, I love this. I know you don't like talking about this.
What, marketing?
No, about the fact that you're so successful and so busy, right? Because you're very humble and modest, but you're booking. It's May right now. Well, it's April 30th. You're booking into December. Which is insane.
I have some regulars.
You have a couple.
Yeah, they know I book up. It's actually kind of this weird problem where people are like, "Oh, she books up. I better book a lot." And then it's kind of
it's the toilet paper. It's the COVID toilet paper problem.
Yeah, it's like there's not actually a lack of spots, but they think there is, so they'll book a lot in advance, which is so nice to have bookings in advance, and I can kind of plan all my life. It's not like people are trying to scramble for these last minute appointments, or I open up my schedule for the weekend, it looks dead, and then you get appointments last minute. I like to know what my week is going to look like. So it's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is something that I have a hard time talking about because sometimes I'm like, I honestly don't know. Like my answer, why are you so busy? And I'm sometimes like, I have no idea, honestly. And I'm just so thankful that I have been able to be busy because it allows me to do what I want to do, right? When I started my own business a few years ago, I thought, well, I'll try this. It could be a total flop. I have no idea. I just put myself out there. I worked really hard to establish it and to build it. And I was like, if it works, great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Yeah.
And so I've been thankful that it has worked out. And yeah, I do have some ideas. I said, I have no idea. It's like, no, I do know a little bit. Some of it is just luck, maybe. I have no idea. I also do think that the area that we live in, like, the demographic works really well. There's not a lot of competition. We live in a small city, and so there's not a ton of massage therapists. So sometimes that works in my favor. And there are people who have some extra spending money, and so they'll book massage.
Yeah,
so.
There's a lot of money out here.
Yeah, not our neighborhood where we live. We're in these tiny little
we're in the
townhouses.
poor area, but
ghetto, but it's a lake community, and you have these people who have these lakefront properties.
Yeah,
and they have money to spare. So. That is handy.
Yeah, we don't have a boat, but we have friends who have boats.
We just make friends with the people with boats. That's the way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, that's the key to success, right? Just don't buy a boat. Just make friends with someone who has a boat.
Exactly.
Hopefully you actually like that person. You're not just using them for their boat.
So true.
Anyways, you don't want to be that person.
We are looking at maybe getting some stand-up paddle boards, though.
Yes.
That'll be our equivalent.
Right.
They're fun. Anyways, let's dive into these marketing ideas.
Okay.
So first I want to talk about some general tips first about marketing. So one is that in general, people like things that speak to them. The things that I get the most engagement on are things that people are like, yes, that's so me.
When you say engagement, you're referring to Instagram.
Sorry, I'm referring to social media right now. Yeah. It can, I guess, go for newsletters or other forms of marketing, but I'm thinking right now specifically for social media. People like things that they can relate to.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to keep in mind. Also, again, for social media, people really go to the internet for two things. One, to be entertained, or two, for information. And so if you can think about that before you post something, then you'll be able to put something out there of better quality. Sometimes people just post for the sake of posting, and you don't ask yourself, do people really want to see this?
Yeah.
Are they being entertained, or are you providing information? If it's something else, then it's probably garbage.
Yeah. Think about how you spend your time on social media.
Yeah.
right? What causes you to stop and spend a little extra time?
Right.
It's usually either something that's funny or, to your point, if you're trying to, if you need to know how to do something,
Yeah.
it's going to catch your attention as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing for social media is I do really like Canva. I mean, probably in 3 years, there'll be some different tool that's popular, but
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying Canva. And
You actually use it?
I use it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day because we pay for it.
Yeah. So
You're
we
not
pay for
using the free
Pro.
version.
No. I do pay for the Pro, and I didn't off the bat, but then I was annoyed by you scroll through and all the templates, a bunch of them are Pro only, like you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And so I decided to pay for it. And I mean, it's a business write-off, so that's nice. Also, the thing that I really like about the paid version is you can save all of your branding. So when I
Right.
first started, I didn't really have a lot of branding, so it wasn't that difficult. But now I have multiple logos and like one logo, but different versions of it.
Right.
And then I have
Your colors, your color palette.
Yeah, whatever. There's I think 6 or 7 of them.
Right.
And so it was hard to remember what the numbers are and how to type them in. This way it just saves it. You can just click it really fast.
Right.
So that's handy. Plus we have several businesses, so I can have different like branding for
each business.
Yeah, branding profile, I guess, for each business. So that's really handy. And then also within Canva, they have a lot of stock photos that you can use as well.
Right.
And so that's kind of a quick way to build things. So I do like Canva, little plug.
Well, it's good to hear that you're still using it.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's been worth the money for sure.
Right.
Yeah. And then also another thing that I think is worth the money eventually, like when you're able to, is to invest in good photos and professional branding. So I didn't do any professional branding for a few years, and then I felt like my business reached a point where it just made sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that has helped to just make my business look more professional, as
Right.
well as good photos. Though you can do it anytime, right? Just take your time to take nice photos,
Mm-hmm.
and also especially have a good headshot photo.
Right.
I can't believe how many times I've gone onto someone's Jane booking, like I'm doing the online booking and it has the little picture of the person, and it's some photo of like taken in their car. It's all like up close. You can only see like half their face or something. It's just like, no, get a good headshot.
Right.
So
I took your headshot, didn't I?
my original one.
I think so.
For a long time, I was actually, what's funny? For a long time, I was actually using one from a maternity photo shoot from our friend Jaden. Remember her?
Right. Yes.
That one
yes.
in the mountains.
Right.
And I had like the pregnancy glow. That's why I like that photo, but I had to really crop it because I didn't want to look
Because you were
pregnant.
super pregnant.
Yeah, I was really like, they were my maternity photos, so I was really pregnant. I didn't want to look pregnant in my picture.
Right.
But I mean, not that that's a problem, but
You looked
I just
fantastic.
didn't want to, and so I cropped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was nice, and yeah, I was in the mountains, so I had this beautiful background. But I upgraded it because I don't have the pregnancy glow anymore. Like I don't put my regular ugly face on now.
I have the Doritos glow.
Dorito glow now. So shout out to George that one.
Oh man.
And it's actually something that I would really love to do more with, is have someone come and do some more branding type photos, especially it's tricky with massage because, say you're making candles, you can take pictures of your candles all the time, right? You can stage the candles and take all these different pictures, but with massage, our clients don't always want a picture of themselves, so you can't just take a picture of your client on a massage table. You
Right.
can with their permission, but that's not something you're going to be doing every day.
Right.
You can take pictures of your massage table set up. It's hard again with me with mobile. I'm in someone else's home. They might not want a picture of their house up on my social media.
Right.
I've done it small handful of times when they have a really nice house and it looks great. I'll say, hey, do you mind if I take a photo of the table, like without them on the table, and for my social media, and I get their permission to take it. And to
Have you
post
ever
it.
had someone say no?
No, I've never had someone say no, but I've chosen houses that I feel like, also someone that I know. I would never ask a new client. I would
Right.
only ask a repeat client.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you really only ask the people where you know they're going to say yes.
yeah, I'm pretty confident.
You have a
they'll
good
say yes.
relationship with them.
And I take the photo in an area that's not a really personal area, like not with their photos of their family or just very anonymous looking,
Right.
so that it doesn't.
So can we go back, because this is about marketing. Why do you think that this is a good thing to do?
To have good photos.
Yeah. Why does it matter?
Yeah, I think it's really important to present yourself well. I mean, if I'm flipping through someone's social media for massage, and there's a picture of the massage table and everything's all wrinkly and haphazard and there's junk on the floor and like it looks bad and it's like a fuzzy, grainy photo. First of all, I'm going to think, oh, that person doesn't care very much.
Right.
You
It
want
might not
some-
be true, but
It might not
that's
be true.
but that's the
yeah.
message that's being
And
sent.
we judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Literally, I was at the library the other day looking for a book for a trip that's coming up, and I was just skimming through and judging all the books by their cover. What I probably should have done is, go on the internet and say, top 10 books for this summer, or
Right,
look for
right.
some reviews. No, I was just scanning through for whatever cover looked the best. Like, I don't know why we do that, but we do.
We do.
And
Yes.
so the same goes with social media. How we present ourselves, people judge it real fast.
Yeah.
And so it's just the way it is. So I think it needs to look nice. And I think the reason why it also needs to look nice is because they assume that their massage will be nice,
Yeah.
right? That you're going to take the time and attention that you do for your social media. You'll take that time and attention in the treatment, and that it will feel nice.
I like that.
That's what I think. Anything else about that? I like these.
No, it's funny. It's interesting having this conversation because when I was in university as an accounting major, the accounting majors used to always make fun of the marketing majors because you had in business you get a business degree, but you can major in finance, accounting, human resources, or marketing. I think there might be some other ones, but those are the main ones. And we would always make fun of the marketing students because you make nice
art projects and
posters.
stuff.
Yeah, and it's funny actually because I was in my 4th year at the university, Mount Royal University in Calgary, and I was doing all of the marketing for the students association, for like the accounting students association. So here I was, an accounting student doing all the marketing. It's like, shouldn't we have a marketing student do this? But it's kind of like, we always make fun of the fact that, nobody needs a marketing degree to be good at marketing. And I think that that's actually, and I don't want to discount those who have invested a ton of time and money into getting a degree in marketing, because they obviously have some really useful some useful skills that can benefit you. But I think you take a step back and there's a lot of just really practical things that you can do to help your business grow.
Right.
And so we're talking about some of those things today.
I would like to take extra training on marketing. I find it just really interesting.
Right.
Like, I feel like I am kind of a creative person. Before I went to massage school, I was going to go to art school. Like, that was my first choice for continuing education. And so I wanted to, I don't know, I think it just is really interesting for me. And I feel like sometimes I struggle with it. I'm like, I feel like I don't know enough.
Well, and I think a lot of people, they hear marketing and they think, design. They think graphic design, designing logos and how to do up a social media ad or whatever. And that's obviously part of it. But I think marketing is more the psychology. Like, how do people make buying decisions, right? Like, what's the psychology that drives someone to do X, Y, and Z when they're making purchases? And so the marketing students, I think they spent a lot of time talking about the psychology, right? Buyer behavior, consumer behavior, and how people actually make these decisions.
Right.
Because that's what you want to know, right?
Yeah, you want to get inside people's heads.
Yeah.
Figure out what makes them tick. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Why they spend money on the things they spend
Right.
their money on. Yeah.
I just think it's really interesting.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, people interest me, and so yeah, I think it would be cool. My other main tip about marketing is to be yourself. It's hard with
Yes.
especially again back to social media. It's hard to compare yourself to others and oh wow, look at this person, they do X, Y, Z. I should do that too. But if it's not authentic, that's going to come through. People are going to sense that you're not being yourself, and it's just awkward and uncomfortable and may not work well for you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not naturally a funny person and you're trying to be really funny, it just doesn't.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And then also when people meet you, the people are like, "That's not you." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you do have to go see your clients in person, and they're gonna be like, "This isn't the person I thought I was."
Right.
See. Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
So I think being yourself is really, really important.
Do you want to talk about Chestermere soap?
As far as being yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this other company called Chestermere Soap Co.
Yeah.
And when
So
we-
Chestermere is the city in which we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jordan got into making soap a little while ago, and so we thought we'd do this little side gig because for some reason we're crazy and aren't busy enough with all these other things that we're doing,
We don't have enough businesses on the go, so we thought we'd start another one.
Yeah. And when we first started, Jordan's always been kind of the soap maker, but originally I was going to do the social media side of it.
Right.
And so when we started, I wanted everything to be this certain aesthetic because it's all natural soap. And I thought, even our branding on the label, it's very clean cut. And
Yeah.
I thought the it should reflect that. And so everything was very la 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 la. And then I was just too busy running my massage practice, running the online wellness institute. And I said to Jordan, oh,
We have 3 kids.
yeah, our children, you know.
Right.
And so I just told you, yeah, you're going to have to do this. I don't have time.
Right.
So you took over and you just took this whole different approach. Gone are the lovely aesthetic photos. And now you just do these crazy stories.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm generally I don't like saying that I'm a funny person, but I like to make people laugh.
Right.
I love making people laugh. And so I remember I created a reel and I was myself, right? It had this kind of twist, this funny twist to it. And we got a lot of response. That one, I wouldn't say that it went viral, but we had, several thousand views on it and there was a lot of engagement and people really liked it.
Right.
And so I did some more and I've been true to that. And it's really taken off. We have some that have gone viral, like over 2 million views. And so what I do, you'll have to just go check it out. So it's Chestermere Soap. That's our handle on Instagram. And I just share these funny stories.
But with inspirational music in the background.
Yeah, so it's kind of a monotone story, and it has this like soft, elegant music in the background. And then I always find a way to tie this really obscure, sometimes weird, sometimes just quirky story, and I tie it back to soap, right? Why you should be using all natural cold process soap. And so I just make this connection, and people have been eating it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been loving it. And so yes, we're still true to ourselves in the sense that we want the product to look nice and the aesthetic to look a certain way.
Right.
But when it comes to the actual, social media, like putting ourselves out there, and it's more so me putting me out there, I'm being true to who I am.
Right.
Right. And then when people meet me in public, right, we were at an event today and there were 3 people that had come up to us and, they were talking about the soap stories and they were just loving it. And I feel like I was able to connect with connect with all of them on a really like fun, like personal level, right? Because they felt like they knew me and who I was in public was exactly who I was on Instagram. Right. You're going to get the exact same thing. And so I don't know, it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy making the soap, but I think I enjoy making these reels more. Like it's just been a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And I think also why those are successful is people do like stories.
Yeah.
Right? Stories are engaging and there's something about our human nature that just attracts us to stories. Right. So if you can use storytelling throughout your marketing, whether that's in your newsletters or through posts, if there's a way that you can tie in a story, obviously that relates to what you're talking about. People love that. Mm-hmm. So I think that's always a good tip. You'll have to write some stories for me. Sometimes I'm not good at it. All right, so first we can talk about social media, and then we're going to talk about networking, and then some actual physical paper things, because yes, paper does still exist. We don't need a lot.
And I think, I have some points on that.
Okay, you can talk about it when we get there. And then some internet things that are not social media, incentives, and establishing yourself as the expert. So those are the things we'll chat about.
Okay.
So first of all, social media.
That sounds like it should be 3 episodes. There's a lot in there.
We'll go over them fast.
Okay.
So social media, one thing that I found successful was giveaways with others. So I had a few people approach me saying, hey, I'm putting together a giveaway with a bunch of other local businesses. Would you like to contribute something? And I'll put in a gift card for massage service. And then, they'll put in their candles and local honey and homemade mittens or whatever. And they put it into a basket.
Right.
And then people have to follow all of the accounts. And then it's a giveaway. And I found that helpful to get new followers because sometimes it's hard to build it. Like, how do you get new followers? And so I like that way because, first of all, you're giving back to the community by donating something. And you kind of can piggyback on the work that these other people have done, like piggyback on their audience.
Right.
And so I found that helpful. And then
now I would be selective about who you partner with.
Right.
Because if you're, for example, for you live and work in Chestermere, and so it wouldn't make sense for you to partner with someone who, has a business in Calgary because that's not where you're working, right?
You
so you've really been focused on building your practice out here.
Yeah, very local.
Yeah.
All of these things are very local. It's a different type of business than even the soap company. we shipped soap today to
Oregon, I think.
Oregon, yeah. And so it's a different business. So everything that you should do should be really focused locally.
Yes.
Another thing that is fun to post is behind the scenes. So naturally, people are very snoopy. I honestly wish so many times. Oh, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in so-and-so's house. Like, I know it sounds terrible, but it's a natural instinct to just want to know what other people are like.
Right.
And so if you can post things behind the scenes, I think people are really interested in that. I do think with, say, Instagram, for example, posting that in the grid is not always the best. If you're showing, packing up your massage bag or folding sheets or something, that might not be the best thing in the feed. Maybe you could make a reel of that. That's fine.
Right.
Sometimes I post behind the scenes things in my stories. It's just more, only up for 24 hours, and it's not something I really want to put like.
What? So give me an example. What's an example of something that you would post behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes. I could even in the stories. I find the stories are a lot more casual. So I could say, oh, stopped for some Timbits at the local Tim Hortons for a quick break between my two clients today, right? Like show me eating a donut or something like that. It's just like,
shoving 20 Timbits in my mouth.
Quick, I have 5 minutes before my next client.
I only have 4 minutes.
I've literally never posted this. I don't know why I used this as an example, but just something like that, right?
Right.
Or like, oh, washing my cups for my next clients or whatever. Just things that you do. Yeah, you could post it as a reel too would be fine. So yeah, so I put together little packages. It's a new thing I've been trying. So packages for new clients. So I have a little gift bag, and inside I put, my business card. I put a soap sample from Just Just put that in there. I have tea in there and some chocolates. Right. And then a little card like, welcome to our practice. So grateful you chose us to be a part of your health team, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
Cute little message. So I put that together, and on the front I have a stamp of my logo. So, putting stuff like that, oh, I'm putting together these packages today. Just things like that.
Yeah. And you've had a few clients who've like obsessed over that. They've been so grateful.
Yeah. I mean, everyone loves getting a present.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Even though they're really, I almost feel embarrassed giving them to people because I feel like it's really nothing much in there. Like,
no, but
people are like, what? Wow, this is so great. Cool. Thank you so much. Like,
well, it's different. When have you, I've been for hundreds of massages and I have never received anything like that.
Right.
Right. And so again, it goes back to, it's a way for you to show the client that you care.
Yeah.
Right here, I've invested a small amount of money. Mm-hmm. I have this welcome package for you. Mm-hmm. I care. What it says to the client is, I care about you as a client, and I'm going to take care of you. As you can see, I've taken care of putting together this nice little package specifically for
personalized
you.
with you, with your name on the little card. Right. And also, it establishes that you want this to be a long-term relationship, right? Not just, oh, I'm here to do one massage and bye and never see you again. Like you're hoping that it will be a continued thing.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's been a fun new thing I've been trying. Yeah, that was it about social media. Did you have any? Oh no, one other thing about social media is it is helpful to show your face. I know a lot of people don't like to show their face. I don't either, especially because as massage therapists, our hair is always like this crazy ponytail and stuff.
Yeah,
But it is important for people to know who you are when it's a service,
especially as a massage therapist.
Yeah,
yes.
There's other businesses where it probably doesn't matter as much. You know. Like you're an accountant or even soap. It's like doesn't really matter. But I'm going to be up in your personal business for a whole hour. It's a very like one-on-one treatment, and so I think it's really important to show your face. And when you have your personality shine through, people get to know you before they even see you. I had that once with a client, and when I came over, she was like, "Oh, I've watched lots of your little reels and your posts," and she's like, "I felt like I already knew you," and so right away she was more comfortable being with me, and so I think that
pairs well with mobile massage, right? Because they are welcoming you into your home. Right. And so they need to feel like they already know you.
Yeah.
Right?
They might be nervous about inviting a stranger into their home.
Someone they have no...
It goes the other way too. Say you have a home-based clinic. They're coming into your house. It's like, I don't know what your house looks like. I don't know what you look like. That's scary. Right. So if you can show your clinic space and show yourself, I think it's really, really, really important.
Yes.
Even though it's intimidating. You can do it.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Just do what I do on the Soap Co. I just make fun of the fact that I have an ugly face, right? Whenever I have to show it.
Sure.
So, yeah, don't do that.
Oh, man. All right. So networking. I think this is one of my favorite marketing things. Favorite and least favorite. I think it's the most successful. I should rephrase that. Yeah. I find it the most successful. I find it the most challenging because I don't think I'm an extrovert. I think I'm a little bit more introverted, and so it's hard.
Most people are.
I think, right?
Yeah.
was like, is anyone actually an extrovert? Like, who are these people? Come talk to me.
You know when you meet them, you're like, oh,
That's
okay.
true. Yeah, that is true. Okay,
Right.
that's true. I don't think I'm either. I think there's some phrase for someone who's like both. Is there some?
Yeah, I don't know.
I enjoy it. I really like meeting people, but I do find that it drains me.
Yes, I'm the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I think putting yourself out there is so key. You have to. So a few ideas that have been successful for me is one, donating gift cards for fundraisers and raffles. So I do a limited amount of them. There's a certain time of the year, it's kind of around Christmas, when people will come flooding to me. Hi, do you want to donate a gift card to this hockey raffle? Hi, we're doing this giveaway for such and such. Do you want to donate something? And it gets kind of crazy. So I limit myself. I don't remember how many I did last year, like under 10, maybe it was 7 or something.
And maybe you did more early on.
Right. And it's like
when you were trying to build your practice.
Right. And my business has reached a point where I don't need new clients because I'm booking up, like it's fine. And so it depends where your business is at, how many you would want to do. And some, they're hit or miss. I've had some that I've donated, and first of all, I've never seen that gift card even come back. Like, that person never even came in for a treatment.
Yes.
I've had some people come in
like, who are these people?
I know.
What is wrong with you?
Right?
If I want a massage, I would get that immediately.
Yeah, like that same day.
Be like, can I see you today?
Right now. I'm headed over right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I've had some people use the gift card but never rebook. You know,
Right.
they're just there for the free treatment. Fair enough. And then I've had some people where, like, I can think of one person, they use their gift card, it's a husband and wife, and now their regulars book once a month, once every other month. I've in return for that one gift card that I gave away that was valued at at that time I think $110, I've received several hundred, we're probably into the thousands of dollars now back from them.
Right.
So totally worth it in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be in the thousands for sure by now. But so I do think it's worth it, but yeah, limit it so that you're not,
Yeah, you don't want to give all of your time away for
that
free.
doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Yeah. And the other one is they don't do it anymore. Actually, maybe they still do it. But when we first moved out to Chestermere, one of the awesome things that happened was we had someone reach out to us and say, hey, we have a basket, like, welcome to the community basket for you. And I was like, what are you talking about? And these people came over.
Do they still do that?
I don't know. I need to look into it.
Because I remember when we moved here, we got one.
Yeah.
And it was the greatest thing ever.
I literally cried.
There was
I
a pie in it. I was like, who is this?
They actually came over into our home and visited with me for a few minutes, and like 5 or 10 minutes, and gave me this basket. And we're like, really wanted to welcome you to the community. We're so glad you're here. I had just had a baby like a few months before, and I was really hormonal. And yeah, they left and I cried out. Oh, it's just the sweetest thing. But yeah, I had all these different business cards and offerings from everyone in the community, from different businesses.
Right. It was cool.
And yeah, some of the things were physical things like a pie. I think there were like gardening gloves from the garden center, or, like some of them were physical things. Some of them were coupons. I'm pretty sure someone had a gift card in there for a free massage. I don't know. There were all sorts of things. And so I reached out to them after a while and asked if I could contribute something. And so I actually put in little slappy hands, like those toys for kids.
Yeah.
And then just a little postcard with my information and a coupon for $20 off. And so I just thought that was a really cool way, because I felt the impact from that being on the receiving end.
Right.
I thought it'd be cool to give back.
To give back.
Mm-hmm. And then another thing you can do is to try a trade show or market. So I've only done one, and it was actually a very unique community event where it was actually called Trunk or Treat. And it's different local businesses come together. We put out our cars and open up the trunk, and you can decorate it. And then kids come by and say trunk or treat instead of trick or treat. And it was supposed to be non-food items, so it's supposed to be friendly for people with allergies or whatever.
Right.
So people were giving away stickers, pencils, those sort of things.
Slappy hands. That's what
Slappy
you
hands.
gave
I
away.
used the slappy hands again. Yeah. And I think I ordered like thousands of those off Amazon or something. I don't know. And so I had a pretty cute setup. I set up my massage table, and then I put Mr. Bones, the skeleton, on the table. And then I also had pumpkins that were like carved pumpkins, and then I wrapped a little towel around the stem, and then I painted the faces to look like it had a mask on. And then I think I had this thing that said like spooky spa or something. I don't know. It was pretty cute. And then it was just again a way to connect with people.
Yeah, people love that.
Yeah.
Right? You want to put yourself out there.
Yeah. And I remember afterwards thinking, I don't know really if I got any new clients from it. But
sure you
literally just the other day, I was looking through I had a message from a client or something, and I saw our previous message, and it was about, hey, I got your information from the trunk or treat.
Interesting.
Wanted to book a massage or whatever, and that was a couple years ago. And again, from that point on, I've seen this woman, her husband, her child, several times. I know she's referred people to us. She's bought our soap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So it's paid off.
Again, paid off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a fun one to do. And yeah, just being social in your community. So making friends with the moms in the preschool pickup line, booking local appointments with other people, with the hair person, with the nail person, registering for programs at the library. Just make yourself known. Like, you can't just be a hermit in your house and hide. It doesn't work.
Right. You have to put yourself out there.
You have to put yourself
even
out there.
though it's
and
hard.
And not even in a salesy way.
Yes.
Just connecting with people.
Yes.
And it has
In fact, it's better if it's not in a salesy way.
Yes.
Just go out and try to make genuine connections
Yes.
with people, and they will come.
Because people can see through that salesy thing.
Yes.
In fact, I went to a local event. It was like a women's gathering. They had a few different people there. We did some yoga. We did some, like, a circle journal sharing time. I don't know. There was this whole event. And afterwards, one of the ladies from it added me on Facebook, and I thought, that's so cool. I made a friend, because I've been feeling like I don't have a lot of friends lately, because when you get old, you just don't have friends anymore. You're too busy. So it's like, oh, that's so sweet. And then I saw that she is in one of those multi-level marketing things, and she started messaging me about buying her stuff. And I was like, really? Like, I just felt so ripped off. Like, I thought she wanted to actually be my friend, and she didn't.
She didn't.
She just wanted me to buy her stuff.
Yeah.
So I felt really sad by that. So I think your connection,
Which is sad, because if she had taken the time to actually get to know you and be your friend, you maybe would have bought her stuff naturally.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is what I've seen with the soap, right? Like, I tell people all the time. I was like, don't buy my soap. Like, it's fine. You don't need to buy my soap, right? Because I don't want to make it, like, I don't want to be the pushy salesperson, right? Like, if you're entertained by the content that I put out and you want to buy my soap, like, great.
Right.
But you don't need to, right? Like, I want to send this message, like, I care about you. We're friends, right? And I don't want you to feel like I'm only going to be your friend if you buy my product.
Yeah.
I don't care if you buy my product, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one likes being salesed. Is that a word?
Yeah.
That's not a word.
Right.
No one likes to be, feel like they're just there to be
They're
sold
being
to.
used.
Being
Yeah.
used, yeah. Totally. So make yourself known, put yourself out there. Again, even when it's hard. These are all hard things.
Yeah. Well, and it can be especially challenging when you're starting to build your practice, right? Because I know it was daunting for you, because you want to be successful right away. Mm-hmm. And maybe you're in a position where you need to be successful right away because you have rent to pay, you have other bills, like, you need to be able to make money. Right. And so it can be really difficult to get to a point where you're making enough. But, like, at the outset, you have to really, give away stuff for free. You have to really put yourself out there, try to build connections, and it'll come. Like, your practice will eventually grow, but it's not going to happen overnight, right? It doesn't. It never does.
Yeah. It's like building the roots, right, of a tree. It's like the roots have to be established first before that tree can grow. And that beginning part, it's kind of painful, where it's just, you don't really see any growth happening yet. And you're like, is this working? I feel like it's not working. Because you're right. At the beginning, I tried everything. This is just a small snippet of this few of the things that I've done. I've done so many things.
You went door to door.
Yeah, that's next on my list.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done tons of things. And at the beginning, it's like, well, is this working? I don't know. And then after a while, it's like this explosive growth, because you've put all this work foundation in first.
And a lot of people, a lot of people, they don't want to put in that work because it's hard and uncomfortable. They want to see results right away.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. And they're not patient.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be patient, and it'll come.
Yeah. It can really take like a year or two to establish a clientele. And that's a long time, but that's just how it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe you have to, work 2 jobs, and you're putting a lot in to build this practice, but it can take time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And so, that being said, like, don't get discouraged if you've been doing it for a year and you've only seen a small amount of growth. That's normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah. So true. Yeah. The one thing I wrote down for paper things is the going door to door. So I don't have a lot of paper marketing. I do actually have business cards now, but I think I've only given away 3 since I've had them for several months.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of that paper stuff we just don't use anymore, right?
Right.
But going door to door was something I did when I just had time to kill, and I couldn't think of anything else to do. And so I thought, well, I'll just do this, I guess.
Yeah,
And so
I'll just put myself out there.
I had a ton of little postcards, and it had my face on it, and it had just some very basic information about what I can do to help you. And then it had $20 off for new clients, and then my information on it, online booking, and here's where to go to book.
Did you
whatever.
give cookies
And
as
so,
well?
So I did two different things. One, I did give cookies just to my immediate neighbors, like within our block, right?
Okay.
Within our condo complex. So I actually knocked on the door and said, "Hi, I live in this unit. Just wanted to get to know more of my neighbors." And I tried to make that more authentic.
Right.
And gave cookies. And I said, "Yeah, just as a side note, I am a massage therapist." And gave that little card. Tried not to make it too sales pitchy. More it was, I want to get to know you, which was true. I wasn't like just go under the guise of that. I did want to get to know my neighbors. And so I just gave cookies to maybe 10 houses.
Okay.
And then the other thing I did was just those postcards. And I went door to door. I didn't knock. People don't have mailboxes anymore. It's so weird to me that there's only the community mailboxes. Like growing up, everyone had a mailbox.
Yeah.
Anyway, so no one has mailboxes. So you just have to slip them in the door. You have to kind
Right.
of put it in the crack, I guess, of the door. And again, that was one that I was like, was this worth my time?
Yeah.
But I did it with my kids. I had time to kill. It was a beautiful summer day, whatever.
Right.
But again, I had a client recently where I was like, wait, this person reached out to me from that postcard, because on there it said that I like to do prenatal massage, and she was pregnant, reached out to me. I have seen her and her husband multiple times.
Yeah. So thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. If that was the only person that
It was worth it.
it was worth it.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's one you can try for sure. Some more ideas for the internet that are not social media are doing a good Google listing.
Okay.
So, I mean, people search for massage on Google, like massage near me. And I can see that with my Google account. It tells me at the end of every month how many people searched for certain terms. And it's like Chestermere massage. That's the top listing. And it's like I get tons of clicks onto my website through that search term.
Right.
And so having a Google listing is really important. And I've heard using it almost like social media is important. So you can post different things to it, photos and updates, and like keep it a living thing.
Right.
Is really helpful. And obviously people can put reviews on there. That's helpful as well. I was talking to someone recently who thought that having a Google listing, it was only live if you were paying for Google ads.
That's crazy.
And she was spending over $100 every month
Oh, shoot.
to keep it up.
Right.
And I said, why are you spending money on that? Like, I said, is it successful for you? Like spending money? She's like, I don't really think so. And she's like, but I don't want to take it down because then people won't see it. I said, no, it will always be on there.
Right.
I said,
right.
yes, your ads are pushing it to the top or whatever, but
Right.
I was like, no, you don't have to pay. I've never paid for a Google ad for my massage business.
Right.
It's something people can try for sure, but it's not necessary. Also, email newsletters can be useful, but you really have to be careful not to spam people. And to make them useful, I've had so many newsletters that are miles long and they're just not helpful.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something
Yeah.
I need to work on for sure. But things you can do are offer like exclusive discounts and stuff just for people on the newsletter.
Okay.
Any news or recent changes to hours or things. You can also send out newsletters or just, I guess not newsletter. You can send out emails for last minute openings. So if you have a bunch of cancellations, you can send out a message. Hey, we have coveted evening spots this week, and put that out there. Every time I've sent out an email newsletter, I get bookings.
Right.
Every single time I've sent out an email.
Right.
So I
works.
do think they work.
Yeah. I mean, depending on how big your email list is.
Yeah, that's true. And that's one of those things that slowly grows.
Yeah, it takes time. Yeah.
All right, incentives. So sometimes people try to build their business through incentives. I don't do a ton of discounts or offers. The main one that I did was what I talked about already of $20 off for new clients. Now, I did make a mistake of not putting an expiry on that. So I made up, like I said, I printed like thousands of these postcards and they all said $20 off for new clients. It didn't have an expiry date on it. It was just, that's how it's going to be forever.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought, yeah, I'll probably do that forever. But then my business grew and I thought, why am I giving away $20
Yeah.
still?
Yeah.
I don't even need new clients.
Right.
And so I think any offers that you give, an expiry date on it so that you aren't kind of stuck doing it for a long time.
Giving it forever.
forever.
Yeah.
I think I did it for 2 or 3 years, like a long time. 2 years.
Yeah.
Why?
Crazy.
Totally 3 months would have been great.
Yeah.
Maybe top 6 months.
Right.
And sometimes even I would see a new client, and at the end when they're going to pay, I'd say, okay, it costs this much. And they're like, wasn't it this much? I said, oh yeah, but you get $20 off because you're a new client. They were like, what? I didn't even know that. Oh, cool. Thanks. They didn't even know. Like, that's not why they booked the appointment.
Right.
They had no idea about the discount.
Right.
Why am I giving it then?
Yeah. Why am I? Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. So be careful with discounts and things. My last tip is to establish yourself as the expert. So this is one I also struggle with because I don't want to seem prideful or that I'm this amazing person, but it helps to build your practice because people see you as the one that's going to help them, right?
Right.
And so different things that you can try are like a volunteering for your massage association, like being really active in your community as far as the massage association or college. You can serve on the board, things like that, make you look really cool and really nerdy. You can write an article for a massage magazine or a website. You can teach at a massage school. You can be a real nerd and publish a case study or like get involved in research.
Right.
Even things simple like putting reviews on your website and social media. Establish yourself as you look like you know what you're doing.
Right.
You can even be fun like us and start a podcast.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, do you want to come on the podcast?
Yeah, we need more people on the podcast.
Yeah, we need to reach out to people first.
I know, it's our own fault.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's it for my marketing ideas. I have several more, but we won't go into.
Yeah, we don't want to give away the whole course.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
That was kind of it for me. Did you have any ideas or
not that
tidbits of wisdom?
Not that I can think of.
Embarrassing stories you want to share?
No. So what? Well, not embarrassing stories, but what I have been doing recently with the kids is this thing called burrito massage, and they've been loving it. So what I do, I'm usually the one that puts them to bed at night because Melissa is working in the evening, and so for each of them, when I tuck them in, I'll tuck them in really tight, like a burrito. So the sheet, they'll be lying on their back, and then the sheet will come in on either side, and then I give them a nice massage down their whole body, right? And I'll usually do it, 2 or 3 times, and then I'll give them tons of kisses, and then I'll give them some more gentle rubs just to like help calm them, and then they'll go to sleep, and they love this. They're obsessed with it. Did you do it tonight? Because you tucked the boys in.
No, I just cuddled them.
I know
that's your thing.
I know.
Now you're gonna be the massage therapist.
But I think it's really good. It's a good way for parents to bond with their children, and kids really need healthy touch, right? It's really important to them. Yeah. I don't think love language is the love language for everyone, but I think for kids it's really important that they get that, especially from their parents.
Right.
And so something to try. Burrito massage. Yeah, I'm going to trademark that.
Are you saying people should try it with their clients?
No, not with their clients. No, yeah.
Okay, so we have a new special today. It's called burrito massage. They're like, what is happening?
Oh my gosh. You give them a little kiss on the forehead. Do not kiss your client. Oh my gosh.
He's so great.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the only embarrassing story that I have is so I went for a massage. You and I both went for a massage a couple weeks ago, and I was face down on the table, and it was incredible. It was so relaxing.
It had been a while since we've had massages.
Yeah, and we really needed it.
Yeah.
We're go. We have 3 businesses and a podcast and just like 3 kids, and just it's insane.
Real jobs too.
Real jobs. I mean, I love all of these things, but yeah, so I was really tired, and it was a relaxation massage, and it was so good, and I drooled.
I wonder how many people do that.
It's got to happen more often than you think.
Than I notice.
Right. So I drooled on the floor because I was like face down, face cradle, and then when I turned over, she asked if I wanted a Kleenex, and I think she thought it was my nose that had like dripped onto the ground. I'm assuming she saw it. I don't even know if she saw it. This is the first time I had ever been asked to like for a Kleenex to like blow my nose after turning.
That's super weird.
Anyways.
I've never said, do you need a Kleenex?
So then I felt really embarrassed because it was like,
kind of
I didn't say anything. It's like, no, I just drooled on the floor. It's
Wait,
fine.
did you take the Kleenex?
No. I said, oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I've only offered a Kleenex to people when they flip over and they say, "Oh my, I'm really congested," or like, "Oh, it's bugging my
And
nose."
usually
Yeah.
often I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Anyways.
Yeah, one thing I do it's for a few reasons, but I do have the little stool under the face cradle, because I use the stool when I do the neck massage.
Right.
But I also put a towel over the stool
Right.
for if they do drool. I don't want to sit in a puddle of drool because I have to sit there after, right?
Right.
And so I remove the towel before I sit down on the stool. Also, I cover it because it's vinyl, and a lot of people will put their arms on the stool.
I feel like we need to do a poll. Am I the only one that drooled? Like, it doesn't happen all the time.
I'm sure it's happened because also one time when I worked at a clinic, I didn't keep the stool under the face cradle. I kept it in the corner until I needed it.
Right.
And one time I laid down on my own table, like the other girl and I traded or something, and I looked down at the floor, and there was like a dried up drool puddle on the floor. And I thought, oh no, how long has that been there for?
Yeah.
Everyone stares at this slobber.
drool puddle.
Yeah. Like, we mopped the floor, but I can't remember how often. And so, it was
that's so funny.
So,
And
stool with towel on it. Remove towel before you sit on it. It's a good solution.
yeah, that's good advice. The other thing, it's happened to me. I know that it's happened to me multiple times, and there have been occasions where I will catch myself. No.
You like slurp it back in?
Yeah, so it's like, but it's it happens. It happens more like just as like a natural reaction, right? So I can feel it come out, but I'm like half asleep. And so then I'll catch myself, like try to suck it back in, but then I end up making this disgusting sound. So then I'm sure the therapist is like, who is this monster of a human being? Right? Like, this is why I can't have friends and go out in public, because I just embarrass myself.
I love it.
Anyways.
That's pretty great.
So I don't have anything else to add. If you need any courses for continuing education credits, use the discount code podcast at checkout. It'll give you 10% off. And yeah, let me know if you drool after you massage, when you're getting a massage.
When you massage.
Yeah, when you massage. Oh my God. And we got therapists like, I don't think this is.
No, it's like, is this raindrop therapy? What are these drops on my back?
But I didn't sign up for this. Hydrotherapy? What's going on here?
Oh no.
Oh man. All right. We've
Okay.
gone off the rails. And I think my camera died because my
Really?
phone disconnected.
Oh dear.
So
Okay.
that's fine. We got the audio.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Bye.
ya.
See ya. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to stay in touch, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We've included the links to these in the show notes. Also, be sure to check out our website, onlinewellness.ca, if you need any continuing education credits. All of our courses have been approved by massage associations across Canada. Anyways, we'll catch you next time.